what is up-to-date Judaism is to be up-to-date with the Parsha of the week. So if we consider what is happening to the human being in this time of Corona, there's a great deal in the Parsha of the week. Based upon the principle of Torah Kohanim, what is the purpose of the Kohen? He represents, through all the garments and the other aspects of his activities, he and his descendants should act as a model for the human being to follow. Because the Beit HaMikdash will ultimately be, and is already today as well, the place of the Beit HaMikdash, the most holy place in the world, where Hashem, God, revealed himself when it was active, and where until today the Shekhinah, the divine presence, rests upon that place. And all of some of the laws of Tumah and Tara, and what you can do and what you can't do in that place, Hamakom, as it's called, Asher Yivchar Hashem L'Shaken Shemo Sham, which Hashem has chosen with his name. That means his presence, how he can be known, rests there as the Shekhinah. So no wonder that the name for this book in ancient Jewish tradition is not just Vayikra, neither is it Leviticus, it's Torah Kohanim, the Torah of the priests. And one of the central verses in these Parshiot, which deal with different aspects of the functions of the Kohen, is the Ki Yeh Negatzara Ba'adam Uvai LaKohen. When there is a leprosy coming upon a human being, he has to go to the Kohen. Now, Negatzarat, Tzarat is bringing out evil. Metzora, it brings out evil. And we human beings, and especially the Jewish people, have only to be Motzi Tov. We've got to bring out the good in the world. Peace. And all our speech should be governed by wanting to do good. Because God is the model of goodness for all mankind. That is the Tzelem Elokim, the divine image. So let us analyze this concept a little deeper. That Nega is a plague. And today, mankind is witnessing a plague that has changed the lifestyle for these days of all human beings. And one of the concepts, what does it say concerning when a person brings out evil? Badat Yeshiv. He's got to sit in isolation. And we have Bidud governing the whole of life, the present state. So we've got to learn to be Motzi Tov. As it says in the book of Psalms, Tehillim, who is the person who desires life? Ohev Yamim Lerot Tov. He loves all the days, because in all the days he can witness Lerot not tov. And the first principle, Tzor Lashoncha Me'ra, V'tzatecha Midabei Mirma. Guard your tongue from evil, and your speech from speaking guile, deceitfully. Do we not know that speech can heal and speech can kill? All the movements of hatred, which are entirely irrational, are based upon using propaganda and the power of speech to change society. And this was the beginning of Nazism. There was one who was an expert in everything Jewish he knew of, which is available. He knew it inside out, to go and twist it and pick out things out of context, and thereby give the protocol of Zion and so many sections of literature, and even the Pope was affected by it. As is known, he did not protest during the war, what was going on. And that's how they managed to influence so many human beings, and we see today a revival of it in the most terrible manner. So, the Tzor Lashoncha V'tzatecha Midabei Mirma Sur Me'ra V'asei Tov. If you want to really do good, you've got to see to it to keep away from evil. So let me go back to this verse, Nega Tzarat. This is an explanation of the word Nega, which is for plagues. That if you transplant the letters in a different way, it will become an oneg. Today we're all plagued by the corona plague, one way or another. And we're forced, like the Metzora, to be in isolation. The family that lives us all the time, with them, under certain circumstances, you can have connection. But not even that is possible with everybody. So, really, it can be transformed in an oneg if a person deals with the most important person for his whole life, which you often ignore, and that is the human self. But many of us are so much engaged with external activities, whether it's the rat race of the business world, or whether it's the addiction to sport above everything else, or whether it's films and entertainment, whether it's television, or whether it's internet, with all its potential the human being has to either switch on something that is good, which will spread chesed, which is done by many, or to abuse it and use it to spread evil, or to spread one person wanting to become rich without consideration for charity. It's all for himself. He wants to become top of the list. That's his ambition in life. If he's achieved it, he feels he's master of his life and of many other lives. So this is the teaching of the method used in the Chumash and described in many details is that which has kept the Jewish people alive until today. To seek peace and to do good, but to dedicate oneself to the matters of the soul